Hey, morning guys. How are y'all today? So, Slade, will you guess where I'm at? I'll give you 3 guesses where I am this morning, and the first 2 don't count. So, I'm at work, got lots going on. Good gracious, I got so much going on. Back here, bows are starting to pile up again, and this was yesterday. So I had customers yesterday, and I just could not get to these bows. So this is a VXR a guy brought to me. He's had it, and I understand guys don't they don't necessarily live here, or they don't live close. Anyway, took it to another shop to have some work done. I'm going to come back to this. His dad said his rest was tearing his fletchings off. So, but I figured out what's going on there. But we got a string issue also. This is Mr. Tommy Howard. Mr. Tommy used to own a Squincher. He bought this VXR from me a couple of years ago, getting ready to go on an elk hunt. I'm gonna just do some tuning on it, work on it a little bit, not having any issues or nothing like that, just kind of genuinely go. I also want to say best of luck to Mr. Tommy's son. I know he Mac is his name. Mac's watching the channel. Mac's gonna be he's a quarterback up at Oxford High School. Got a bunch of D1 offers. Honestly, so Mac, hey, I got your bow ready. Actually, by the time you see this video, me and you will already be hooked up. And because here's your bow right here. Mac's bow, we got him a new quiver and got it all tuned up. So I got Mac's bow ready. Want to wish Mac awesome fall with playing football up at Oxford. Hope he has great success. And then I had a little young guy here at Starkville bring me this bow yesterday. He actually had an older bow, a limb break, whacked him across the face, just not good at all. But he's got an older rest on here, so I'm gonna swap that rest out with this rest here. So I'll try to do some videoing, but back up here to this VXR. So he had some new strings and cables put on this VXR, and like I said, what he told me was it was just it's tearing his fletchings off. If you look in his timing holes there, so we're above and we're way below. So that's something we're gonna work on. I'm gonna do my best. I don't like to down products, okay? And especially other companies. But I talked to this customer about this bow yesterday, and I'm just gonna put this out there, okay? I talked to Matthews, pretty much on a daily basis, okay? They have bows that are sitting in there, whether it be shops, can't get them shooting or this, that, and the other. And most of the time, lots of the time, it is a string and cable issue, okay? How do I make that voicemail go away? It is issues with string and cables. In this case, this is some gas string and cables on this bow. Obviously, and I pulled it on my draw board, the cams are way out of whack. Now, I can fix that. It's a really easy fix. That's not why his rest or tearing fletchings off. Something's just wrong with the rest. Rest is just broke. So I think we shot it 10 times in here yesterday. 6 or 7 of those times the rest don't fall at all. The tension's set correct, everything's good and tight. Rest just don't work. It happens, things break. So I'm gonna put him a new Matthews rest on it, and he won't have any other issues. Here's my spiel on the whole string and cable thing. And I know I talked about this before, but I got some new subscribers since then, okay? And we're just going to talk about these Matthews bows right here, right now, okay? Regardless of the string and cable company, because there are great string and cable companies out there, okay? Not knocking that. There's some good ones. There's some companies that build some really solid strings. But the one thing I can promise you, and they might want to they might want to haggle with me on this. There's no way those companies, I promise you, they don't have the miles behind those strings and cables with this bow that Matthews has with their strings and cables behind this bow. They just don't have it. No way. I mean, Matthews has a multi-million-dollar string department, okay? They make phenomenal string and cables. I don't care what you read on the internet. I know right now you're watching the internet, watching me. But I promise you, Matthews builds phenomenal string and cables, especially for their bows. I would love to know how many thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of bows that Matthews has behind their flagship bows every year. Matthews normally comes out with their flagship bows mid-November. Right now, it is almost August. They've been testing their new bow. That's just the facts. They've been no telling all the string work and changes and designs and stuff that they've got behind the strings and cables for this bow. So in my opinion, y'all know how opinions are, okay? In my opinion, there's no way I put anything else on this bow but a Matthews strings and cables. It is a no-brainer, okay? Now, if you're a tinkerer and you like to tinker and you got your own press and you want to twist and turn and change and this, that, and other, hey, by all means, go do it. That's what makes archery so dang awesome, is that you can tinker and fool and play with things. And, you know, guys that reload like to tinker and play with loads, nothing wrong with that. But if you want this bow to shoot like this bow is supposed to shoot, put Matthews strings and cables back on your bows. Find you a reputable Matthews dealer like myself. Come to Starkville, Mississippi, Owens Outfitters. Come see me. Hey, you come hang out for a day. Call me. I'll order strings and cables. But if you have a Matthews bow, especially the new ones, put Matthews strings and cables back on your bows. All right, so like I said in my video, this rest, it just would not fall for whatever reason. And I don't, it don't have anything to do with brand. I have just seen them, from time to time. They just wouldn't fall. I will tell you something about these QADs, and I tell guys all the time, I don't know, after 15 years, I would hate to know how many hundreds of these rests I have sold through the years. Of all the hundreds and maybe even thousands of these rests I've sold, I've had 2 of them come back, only 2. So we're gonna get it put on this bow, and I'm gonna just leave this one hooked up here until I get it over in the press, and then I'll put the cable and all in the rest, and then I'll get JD out here. We'll shoot it to the paper and see how it does. All right, so this is not necessarily a huge deal, but when I took the old cable, which is here with this rest, out of the cable, so this is like a orange and lime green twist string and cable. Whoever put this rest in, the bundle is just not separated correctly. It don't really matter on the rest, but I'm super duper OCD, so I want all the green on one side of this string right here, and I want all the brown on the other side. If it was a peep sight, I think it definitely makes a difference. Like I said, it's not a must here, but just me being OCD, I want all those colors correct on both sides of this cable. So I got that kind of split where I want it. I'll pull that tight, and then I'll go down here and we'll draw it and set the timing on the rest. All right, so the way I do the timing, sometimes I'll put it on my draw board here, or not actually draw board, but I can hook that up to here and draw a bow. But I do it lots of times. I can get on my knee. I can't show you here because I can't hold the phone. Hook the loop up here, and I can get on my knee and I can draw this bow super duper duper slow. So I worked on the timing. If you go back, you can see where that cable was. Now it's perfect. Same way here. I mean, dead center. And when I draw it really smooth and slow, which I can here, then that stop and that stop are perfect. when they roll over and hit the cable. So he should be a whole lot better off. Best press ever made right there. You know, I'm not exactly sure what that's for. So look, so JD, this bow's got a laser on it. I'm not.
I know what it's for.
Really?
Heck yeah.
So you think it, but I wonder, so you think it's in line with the 20-yard pin?
I'll tell you in just a minute.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so got the timing right. We've been shooting it a little bit. This bow's crazy long. It's a 31.5-inch draw, so it's really long for JD. So we're just gonna shoot it there.
No.
Yeah, see if it hits behind that.
It ain't where the.
Is it not where it's at? About as good as it gets. So when I first started, this is where we were, and then that's where we went to, a little bit better. Obviously there you got shaft went in here, knock went in here. Then we went to here as I'm working on rest and stringing cables, shaft, knock. Beautiful right there. I'll take that every time. All right, so I had a guy bring me this bow this morning, little Mission Menace, great little bow. The bow's so great for kids, women, even adults, because it's 19 to 30 inches of draw and about 20 to 52 pounds. So his little girl's shooting it, and he said, hey Slade, you know, my little girl shooting her bow and having trouble with it. The arrows are all over the place, so I bet it is. Let me show you. If you look, the cables, which are there, are in line with the string, so that's not right. I mean, because when he's shooting, the arrow's having to go right through the set of cables. So at some point, he or she or somebody has lost their cable slide. Looks like maybe, I don't know, may have hit it on something. So we got to put a cable slide on this one, get those cables back over there out of the way against that cable rod there. All right, so all I'll do here, so I got a cable slide. I keep cable slides in stock. The cable slide will go on here. I'll press the bow to where I can move those cables over, and then I'll get them where they cross correctly and are out of the way, and we'll be able to shoot. So let me do that, and then I'll show you how it looks. So I'm trying to show you. So I got it pushed on there. The top cable, the split bus, goes in the top, and the bottom goes in the bottom. That way my strings cross down here. So let's give it a little press here, and then it's super easy. I'm just gonna take that cable slide, push it over right there. Everything stayed right where it's supposed to. Now, look at there. Isn't that amazing? Our cable slide has the cables against the cable rod, and now she can shoot. The string will fall without being in the way. So that's it. Teflon cable slide in place. All right, so pretty easy. I mean, that's a common deal. People lose those cable slides from time to time. Anyway, got it in there. There's lined up about where it needs to be right there. Looks good. Cable's clear, so I got that ready. So the last one, I got to get up here, and I think this is going to be, it's definitely one of my favorite bows. I don't know if it's a Switchback or Switchback XT, so it's a regular Switchback. So we're going to get this old rest here off. Really, to be honest, in the fall away world, not a bad rest at all. I know it's not as aesthetically pleasing as the rest are today, but we're going to get this one off, get that trophy ridge right there put on. And then as you can see, so if you look at this Pete right there, I didn't ask him yesterday because, like I said, I was busy and he just left his bow with me. But there's no way that Pete right there can be rotating right. So I will probably rotate his Pete for him too. See it? I mean, it's sitting, the Pete needs to come on around a good bit. So we'll work on that. Looks like, I don't know what he's got this piece of rubber tied up here for. So anyway, I'll get this dude worked on, and he'll be ready to go. I'll be ready to sell a bow. All right, so I got that switchback done, and the guy just left. But it is so odd how I started the workout. I started the video out this morning with that VXR with the string and cable issues. Honestly, guys, I've had 2 more bows in here, and the one just left. Even on that switchback, okay? Have no idea what kind of strings and cables they were on it. But you just know, if you work on bows a lot, you just know by the way they feel, the way they move. And I know you're like, come on, Slade. You don't really know. I promise you know. I showed y'all on that clip before how his peep was not rotated right. It was almost impossible with that bow to get that peep rotated where it would be good, because, you know, so say this is the peep. Once I got it rotating, sitting right, it may go here, and then he would shoot it. Then next time it would be here. We'd get it right. Next time it'd be here, all over the place. You can't fix that. It's just, you just can't fix it. So I end up having to put a peep sight in there that tapes the rubber tubing. That's not a bad thing, but I can't stress enough, guys. Again, that was the Matthews bow, the last one. It didn't have Matthews strings and cables on it. Let's just, if you have a Matthews bow, I'm not going to talk about other bow manufacturers. Get it to a shop where you can get the strings that are supposed to be on that bow. You guys that drive Chevrolets, Fords, Jeeps, whatever you drive, you don't take your Jeep to a Ford dealership to get parts for it. You don't take your Ford to a Chevrolet dealership to get parts for it. You don't take your Ranger boat to a Lowell or whatever the boat company is to get parts for your Ranger boat. You just don't do it. So that's the skinny on string and cables. Like, dislike, whatever is the truth. And that's just how it is. So hope y'all like this video. Make sure you like and subscribe. Send these videos around. Got some good stuff coming up. Really good stuff coming up. Getting closer to my elk hunt. So I'm fixing to start doing some shooting. I've already been shooting a little bit, shooting my triax, but I'm finna start shooting my V3X. So thank y'all for following the Fanchers. God bless. Jesus saves. See y'all tomorrow.